Hi, this is PQ Vapor. I've got a review for you today for the YiHi SXmini Faucon RDTA. As with all SXmini products, when you get them, they come in a plain white box with the SXmini logo on the front. On the back of the box you get basically what's inside the box and pretty much a specification of what the item's made out of, etc. So as you can see, we get a Faucon atomizer, a drip tip, spare glass tube, toolkit and a warning card in this box. And the specification states that it's 316 stainless steel, 24 karat gold plated build deck, and it's a 2mm capacity and it's 24mm diameter. Let's flip it open and see what's inside. Okay, so the first thing you see is a warning card, which is just your standard warning about basically not letting kids have a vape, etc. Yeah, so we'll get rid of that. We get a little tool, which is a screwdriver, which has also got two different size Allen key heads on it. Okay, you get your spare 2mm glass tank tube there, and you get a spare drip tip. Basically, the Faucon, when you get it, will come with the black one on it, and the Ultron one is the spare, but I've swapped them over because I prefer the Ultron one. Okay, underneath all the packaging there's a little bag in there with two spare 24 karat gold plated grub screws and a fair few different spare O-rings. So let's get it out and get rid of the box. Okay, so this is the baby, and as you can see, it looks fairly nice. It's very shiny in the stainless steel configuration. It's got some nice gold trim on it. Looking at it, you can see the airflow holes are there, and you get two on the front and the back. This is a single coil RDTA, so there's no need for more air holes than that. To change the air holes, you simply twist this top ring. It's just quite stiff initially, but over time it will loosen up, obviously when you get juice on it, etc. So you can open them, close them. There's no actual stoppers to stop the airflow from rotating, so you can keep going round and round forever if you want. Here at the bottom is the 2mm tank that holds your 2mm of juice. Looking down the drip tip to the build deck, basically you're sitting pretty much right above your coil once the coil's in there. It is a I think it's an 810 size hole for drip tip, so you can swap it to any other drip tips that you might have. Pop that back on. Okay. Basically there's no twist. I mean, you can twist the base off, the 2mm base. You can twist off the pin if you want to. You can unscrew it and it twists all the way down, so you can get in there and clean the bottom of the build deck, but we'll leave that one for the moment. Basically you just have to pull. Okay, and you can do the same with the top. You can pull the top off, so you can clean all of that inside. And it does look fairly clean. Yeah, there's no manufacturer gunk or anything in there. So I'll put that aside and have a look at the build deck. Okay, it's very shiny, as you can see. It's 24 karat gold plated all round. It's got an insulated positive pin, and there's your negative. And looking at it, okay, so let me get a pointer for you. So you've got your two wicking holes that you'll rest your wick into, but don't, when we put a coil on there. This is your positive pin with the insulator, this little hole here is an air hole from the 2mm tank at the bottom, and this is where you would pour your juice in. So basically you put the nozzle of your juice bottle in there and you press down, and then it fills it up because it releases a hole underneath, and as you fill in with the juice, the excess air gets pushed out of this little hole here, and more than likely out of these two as well. But yeah, it's a bit strange, but I guess if you've got them filled up with wicking and they're filled, there's nowhere else for the air to go but through this little hole. Looking at the pins for the posts rather, as you can see, you can push your coil straight through. Once the post, grub screws are raised up, you can push your coil legs straight through, or you can push them in from the sides, which is quite good because it helps you when you're building. Rather than having to fiddle and get the leg in through a little hole, you can just move it over the side and through that little gap there. And that's basically it. Without further ado, we'll throw a coil in this and get it wicked up and see how it vapes. Okay, so I'm going to put a coil into this RDTA now, and we will get it wicked up. So the coil I've got is a fused Clapton, and it is 26 gauge fused with 30 gauge wrap. Yeah, so I've done how many wraps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wraps, and it is they're tight, not spaced. So let's, without further ado, pop this in the right way. So I'm trying to do this over the top of the camera, so if I get it in there, yeah, okay, see, if I get the one side in first, and this is the beauty of the way that those posts are set up, in that you can just slide it in underneath rather than having to fiddle and push it through. So we'll tighten the one post up first. Okay, and then we'll get the other one and tighten that up. And there we go. Nice and tight on both of those. Okay, let me get my little snips and remove the excess that's sticking out. Oops, sorry about that. And we'll drop this one as well. Okie dokie. Right, let's flick on the on meter, and that's coming out at 0.26, which isn't too bad. Let me see how it heats up. Okay, we've got a bit of a short there. Got a major short there. And this is 316 stainless. Got some hot spots that we don't really want. Okay, that's looking better. It's glowing all the way out, all the way through. Nice. Yep. Okay, that's looking fine. It's great with this build deck as well because it reflects off the bottom, so you can see if you've got any hot spots on the bottom there. That's great. Okay, next we'll get some cotton in there. So what I tend to do is I use Japanese cotton, and when you get these pads they usually have like a harder pad on each side than the cotton in the middle. So we'll just remove those. They're kind of layered, these cotton, but yeah, and I've cut it to about centimetre, or just about 1¼ centimetres, 12 mil, something like that. So then what I do is I just roll it up. And once it's rolled up, I'll get the one end and I'll try and get it so it let's just turn the, I mean it's actually coming out 0.29 now. Now I've messed about with the thing. So getting this cotton can be a pain, but I think I can grab it this end, and once I've grabbed it, now you want your cotton to be kind of tough to pull through, but you don't want to choke, you don't want it to be choking the, you know. So I just pull it all the way through, give it a couple of tugs, and then we get the cotton there. And what I tend to do now is use the tweezers and just give it a bit of a fluff before cutting it, and the same on the other side, which I can't do left-handed. So we just get the tweezers, give it a bit of a fluff up. Okay, next we'll get our scissors out. Sorry about this, using a Leatherman at the moment. So you get the scissors out and we want to cut basically level with the end of the build deck on both sides, just roughly, not specific. Okay, once those are cut, we can grab our tweezers and we can just grab the end of the cotton rather, and stick it in the wicking hole, and likewise on the other side. Just grab the cotton and pop it just inside the wicking hole. Okay, now we need some juice. So for this I'm going to be using, actually no, I shall use this juice. Okay, this is Dinner Ladies. This is Dinner Ladies Lemon Tart. I've got this Geek Vape flask, which is really cool for filling and for squonking with as well, if you've got a squonk box, because you can fill your squonker with it. It's got a silicone. It holds about, it's got a silicone bottle, and it holds about 30 ml of juice. So let's prime the wick. Okay, switch this on and see what's going on. Yeah, we got some stuff, some good smoke coming off there, some steam rather. This is about a 0.3 it's reading. You can't see it from the camera, I don't think, but it's on the other end over here. It's reading 0.3, which is not bad. So what I'm going to do is take this. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to take this off of the ohm meter. Get rid of that. And now I'm going to fill it up with some juice. It's difficult for me to see from this angle. I'll probably get it everywhere now. But yeah, it needs a couple of ml of juice in there. Should be enough. Oh, that's nice and full, I think. You can just see the cotton. I'm just trying to see the cotton in there. It's not quite full. Get a bit more in there, I think. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera because I can't actually. There we go. Yep, that's full. Okay, so let's pop that back in to the top. You might want to line up the hole. I don't think it really matters, but I'm going to try and line up the air holes with the wick here, you can see, so that the air gets pulled straight from those coils. Okay, let me just put that on there, put that away, and let's grab a mod. Okay, so as this is a SXmini, sorry, an SX review, SXmini review. I'm going to use the SXmini G class mod with it. So we'll pop the tank on. Okay, give it a test. It's reading 0.28. Let me put it on temp control. Reset the resistance to 0.28, and I'll have a vape. Okay, so we'll have a quick vape now, and we'll see what this comes like. Yep, tons of flavour, and that's still reading about 0.3 ohms. Yeah, and that's fantastic. So that's the end of this review unboxing. I'm the PQ Vapor, and I'll see you next time.